Hey, it's Russ from the Infectious Groove Podcast and Vinyl Video Channel. Today I'm going to talk about a subject that I've seen a whole lot of different opinions on out there, even from the comment section on the retailer sites, to Facebook, to vinyl forums, to even my friends when we spin records on Friday nights, talking about the resurgence of vinyl at mass retail. Going to get into it right now. So if you've been paying attention to the vinyl community at all over the past year especially, the resurgence itself has been going on for at least 10 years now. In my opinion, I think it really hit a big, huge bump up about 5 years ago or so and has been going strong since then. But over the past year or so, Target and Walmart have really got into the vinyl game, and not only just carrying a ton of what you already see. Like if you look at retailers like Best Buy, over the past 4 or 5 years, Best Buy not only brought back vinyl section to their home theater department, but they keep expanding it. It started with like 4 little sections of albums, then it moved to a full 4-foot section, and I think they're up to 8 now. But what Best Buy was doing was stocking what we all already know, stuff out there that a guy that says, oh, I'm thinking about getting a turntable too, Thriller, some Eagles records, the Prince reissues that have been coming out, some of the more popular stuff, Led Zeppelin, so on and so forth, and really good ways for people to get back into vinyl, which is great. Now, over the past year or so, with the expansion at Best Buy, even further up to like an 8-foot section now, even in the face of the pandemic, they've been getting a lot more new releases, which is great. I don't know if they focus so much on having them out like Friday when they're available, but I noticed that I see them in there within a day or two of release, which is great. But what Best Buy doesn't do, or hasn't yet, is they don't focus on exclusives as far as color variants, and they don't focus on exclusives as far as pressings that aren't available anywhere else at all. And I think that might be where Target and Walmart are getting really divisive amongst record collectors. Now, I'm going to come right out near the top of this video and tell you, personally, I think vinyl being available anywhere and everywhere is a good thing. And yes, that includes Walmart and Target. And yes, in my opinion, that does include exclusives that aren't available anywhere else. For me personally, I think that the more casual listeners that we get involved in vinyl collecting and music listening is a good thing. And there are people who never in their lifetime are going to set foot in a record store, or at least haven't yet, who are in Walmart on a regular basis, Best Buy, Target on a regular basis, and who may have said, oh yeah, my friend posted about vinyl on Facebook, or oh, I saw that news story about vinyl coming back, and would never have considered getting a turntable and some records. And they're going to do it because it's right there in the mass retail that they see. I personally love that. Now, I'm going to share a personal story from the podcast. If you listen to the podcast, Kyle, that's on the show, has a big and continually growing vinyl collection, and he's never stepped foot in a record store. One of the reasons why he's never stepped foot in a record store is something I covered in another video, some of that elitism. He's just worried about going into a record store and getting judged for the quality of equipment that he has, or the artist that he's looking for, or if he doesn't know that some artist is not on vinyl, or that album hasn't been pressed on vinyl. So he goes the avenues that are easier for him. He goes, he's been typically ordering directly from artist's website or Amazon when it's available. And now that I've told him, hey, Walmart and Target, I think every time he's been to Target in the past 6 months, he's bought a record, which Michelle on the show is super excited about. But if I know that guy, I know there's 100 more people just like him in my town and, all across the U.S. that are going to feel the same way. And for me, for them to get into vinyl collecting just because of it being available there, or buy more music because of it being available there, works for me. Personally, I don't think there's anybody who's going to start buying records at a Walmart or a Target that's going to make that their home base the whole time. I feel like people that start there are going to learn more about it and maybe feel more confident to take that step to go into a record store and realize that no, it's not all guys from high fidelity, or it's not all guys like me, or what they see on the internet on Facebook or vinyl forums. It's not all judgy people sitting around that are going to make you feel dumb for asking a question. And I feel like it's great for Walmart and Target and those places to start people off and then have them expand out. If anything, I think the mom and pop stores are going to grow more over time, especially if eventually mass retail starts to lose interest in vinyl or maybe pairs down their selection more. You're going to see people that started collections that are going to be like, well, where do I go to get this? They ask around on the internet and, oh, there's that record store right down the road, or, oh, there's a newer record store that just opened, you should head there. So I feel like that's a good thing. The one thing that I could see people having a point with it being bad is maybe exclusive pressings. Not so much with color variants, because I feel like anybody who collects color variants, I don't want to say that like it's a bad thing. I don't collect color variants, but I know a lot of people do. Anybody who collects a color variant is going to buy the indie exclusive as well as all of the variants that are available at Target and or Walmart or even Amazon. But with exclusive pressings, say an album that's never been on vinyl at all, so you have no option to buy it from an indie store, I get the thought that, oh, well, what if all of a sudden more and more and more titles become exclusive to Target or Walmart? Then that's going to take away from the indie retailer. I get that fear, but I don't think it's realistic. I really just don't think we're going to get to a point where a marquee artist, say a Justin Bieber or Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift, is going to do an exclusive version of a vinyl LP that you can't buy anywhere else. I know that's happened with CDs in the past. Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy in all formats was only available at Best Buy. The Eagles have had a long history with Walmart, where they've had only their albums available at on CD available at Walmart. Garth Brooks has had a lot of different releases that were only available on CD at Target and Walmart. And I understand that, but I just don't see it happening with a full vinyl release. I just don't see a marquee artist putting out a vinyl release in 2021 or going forward that they release nowhere else, that you can't even get at an indie record store. I just don't see that happening. I could be wrong. That's what the comment section's for. By all means, point out if you can think of one. Maybe there's even been one out already that's a vinyl only exclusive to Walmart or Target that I'm not thinking of. My big wrap up for this is I understand the psychology of being protective of music appreciation and loving vinyl and loving everything about the ritual of it, the huge cover art, every reason I've gone on about why I love vinyl. I think it's evident that I understand why we love vinyl. But this hobby isn't just ours anymore. And even that, I know there's some people that hate the word hobby. It's a hobby, so I don't understand the problem. But it's not just ours anymore. And I feel like that's a good thing. The more people in 2021 who are liking something enough to go and purchase a physical copy of it, no matter where they get it from, is great for me. I only see good things coming out of that. Maybe I'm being naive, but I personally see good things coming out of that. I personally see more and more and more foot traffic in my local record store that I go to at least once a week. And you can't tell me that's not a direct result of people who have bought turntables at mass retail or bought that Lionel Richie collection or that Taylor Swift LP there and then expanded out. So for me, I think this is all a good thing. By all means, light the comment section up like a cheap cigar. I would love to have a discussion with everybody on this. I'm certain everybody has a different opinion. I love the fact that you stopped by today to watch our videos. If you haven't already and you do like this video, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It helps us out a whole lot. And if you like this video, the two things that you can do is hit the like button. Also, you could share it maybe with somebody else. Throw it on a Facebook page or a forum or something, or on your own personal social media, just to get more people talking about this topic and how important we feel it is. Thanks so much for watching.